Hello students, welcome to ENG112. This is an introductory video to expectations, coursework, grading systems, as well as a little extra credit for you. So if you think about that, hang on to the end of the video. Be completely critical thinking, reading and writing skills, as well as your information literacy skills, visual, between the assignments, the texts, I'll also be posting videos on every major unit that we'll be going here. You do need the evidence. Yellow, the 15th edition, and a couple of other authors listed on there. 2020. There's the ISBN number run by the bookstore. If you want to order it separately online, that's fine. But make sure that you get that book ASAP. This is an 8-week course. This is not the full 16 weeks. Book. Textbook that's required for you. I will be providing additional readings for some additional assignments that you'll be doing outside of is that Shawnee pays Microsoft for a license. You are able, I can show you how to do this, to download Word, PowerPoint, Excel, all of those for free, since Shawnee paid for it. The flash drive one. You're always your work. Hey, Miss Rosemary, unable to turn in this assignment. Not a conversation that you'll want us to. Moodle and your email daily. So if you need to make arrangements to go park at McDonald's, make sure you do it. If you need to make sure that you come to an extension center to use the computer because you don't have one at home and using Wi-Fi as well, then make sure that you do. You need to make sure that you are able to check in on this class. Again, we're moving, and we're moving twice as fast. You'll have a participation grade, you're going to have an essays grade, and then a portfolio grade as well. In the scale, I go based on a 10-point scale, so 90 or above is A, 80 to 89B, 70 to 79 is the lowest grade that you can get. A grade of C or better in English 112, it is required for you to graduate. Outside of class to complete assignments. I don't know how accurate that's going to be for you individually. For some of you, it might take less time. For others, it might take more time. And then here are the corresponding dates and weeks, of course. So you have the readings for each day, you have the topic that we'll be doing that week, and just a general. You'll notice that week 1, there's a lot to do. There's a couple of extra things that you'll need to do, and that's just because we're starting our online class. You can see that the assignments are not quite so lengthy number-wise later as the weeks go on. So you have the readings. Again, remember you need your Norton reader. I will be providing the second readings, and I'll show you on Moodle where you can locate those. So there are going to be 4 major units. The rhetorical analysis, that'll be a 3 to 4 page essay that you do. A causal argument, we'll spend 2 weeks here. That'll be a 4 to 6 page essay. And then a proposal argument with an annotated bibliography, that'll be a 5 to 7 page paper that you'll be doing. And then the portfolio, again, a 5 to 7 page paper that you'll be doing. So. The schedule is subject to change depending on how things might be progressing throughout the semester. I will let you know if anything in the syllabus changes. I've got an addendum here. These are instructions for how exactly I plan for you to submit your assignments. Read over this carefully. I'll also have a template for you that you can look at. If you do not submit papers with the correct heading, header, title, introduction, thesis statement, and indentation, I'm not obligated to accept your work, so you need to make sure that you very closely. In general, these are the criteria for how I grade essays. You'll also have a criteria on the individual prompts for their. So you'll have my expectations, kind of my grading rationales here. Whenever I do grade your final drafts, I give you a paragraph justifying the grade that I give you. This is a student agreement form. This is saying that we will go over some sensitive topics in class. Each one of you might have a different personal experience. Some of you might have shared experiences. However, our goal is to not, I as a teacher specifically am not going to advocate a specific at any time. You can pause the video now and scan it if you want. But then I'll take you to the website and ask you Sean an email. Look over the syllabus one more time. Up after going to mycc.shawneecc.edu. Make sure that you hit the Moodle icon to get to Moodle. You, of course, have the Gmail page here. Earlier, I mentioned that you would be able to get Microsoft Office for free. All you need to do, click here, right where it said Get Office 365. Go ahead and enter your school address, get started. It's going to ask if you want to download it onto your device. And again, like I said, you can get Word, Excel, PowerPoint. There's some other options, Teams, OneNote. You may not be using some of these, but you will probably need Excel and PowerPoint for your other classes. So go ahead and do that. Now, onto our Moodle page. So this is what you should see whenever you hop on Moodle. I'm just going to scroll top to bottom really quickly. All right, so you can see that this is organized according to date. We do have a little kind of introductory section that will stay pinned up here. But then you'll want to come here to week 1. Now there are a few things that I would like to point out. Up at the top, whenever you click on announcements, you'll be able to see any recent announcements that I've sent out. You also have various folders off to the side here. Syllabus. If you click on the syllabus folder, you can find the QR code, and you can also find the PDF that is our course syllabus, what we just went over. We have an essays folder where you have each of the prompts for the major assignments that you'll be doing for me. You have a portfolio folder, which I'll go over in a later video. And then we've got videos, which whenever you click this folder, it's going to give you a URL to my YouTube channel, which is where you can access all of these videos. You have an additional readings folder. There's a lot of readings in here. You can find what order you're doing these readings on the class syllabus. Some of these you won't be doing, but some of these I still decided to put up here because they go over the same topics that we're going to be going over, stuff like peer review, things like revising and editing. So all of these are readings that can help you outside of the textbook. And again, I have provided all of these for you. There is no need for you to go out by any of these textbooks and additional readings. You can also find your readings in the individual assignments. So I have uploaded them in the additional readings folder, and I've also put them in the assignments. So you should be able to easily access whatever reading it is that you're doing. There's a poll that I'm going to have you do. What you'll do, you'll click on this link. And all I want this to be, I'm trying to ask you questions about yourself so that way I have more information, but also so you can maybe reflect on your best strategy, your best game plan for tackling the class. Ask for your SCC email as well as your full name. I want you to let me know what type of technology you have access to. And I want you, in a separate question, describe to me where's the internet that you have access to? Is it in a McDonald's parking lot? Is it at an extension center? What is that quality like? What times are you able to access it? So obviously with the extension centers, those are not open 24/7, so you will not be able to have access late at night, so that might be something for you to consider. Some of you may have jobs, some of you may not. You may notice you have to answer these 4 questions up top. You do not have to answer the rest of these questions. You don't have to tell me unless you want to, unless you're willing to. How much time does work require? How much time does family require? Some of you may have kids. Some of you may have people that you have to babysit in your family, or you're their caretaker. How much time do other obligations require each week? And then this last question here, is there anything that you want me to know about your situation? Are you kind of going through something right now that will require a lot of your time? Do you have a learning disability? Do you have problems with your textbook? Let me know something that I need to know if it's going to impact your performance in the class. After you're done, just hit submit. I will have all of that information. And again, I'll give you some points for doing this. Just a quick 5 points or something. Just useful information for me to know about you and you to reflect. I'm going to have you do an introductions forum. This is so that way we can still get to know each other. Yes, it's an online course, but you will be collaborating with each other. So I would like for us to introduce ourselves, to actually see each other as real human beings. And also, this is a bit of a flash assessment to say, how well do you understand Moodle? If this assignment was really hard for you, then you may need to seek out help getting familiar with Moodle. So what I'm going to have you do, I would like for you to post an introduction, write 2 paragraphs about yourself, attach a photo. Photo doesn't have to be of you, it could be of a pet, artwork, favorite place, something that relates to you somehow. Later, I am going to have you respond to 2 peers. Please do not respond to me. I am not your peer. If you need help with this, look at my example. Here's a quick example, kind of introducing myself, a bit of my background, and then I'm going more into what exactly it is I'm kind of into right now. I've also given you a picture of me. This was at Rock Island State Park in Tennessee. I've also given you a link to my hiking map. These are all the hikes that I have been doing over the past year and a half. You can see most of them are in Tennessee and Missouri. So this is me introducing myself. I would like for you to do something similar. Again, it doesn't have to be a picture of you and me. This is a special place, and it is a picture of me, albeit my back's turned. So again, go ahead and attach, write 2 paragraphs about yourself and attach a photo. Later on down the road, next week, I'm going to have you respond to 2 peers. Okay. Now let's kind of get into week 1. This is what you can expect on a week-by-week basis. You'll have a checklist and then the assignments listed. Let's check out the checklist for week 1. You have several things to mark off. Watching the course introduction video, reading and signing the syllabus. By the way, the link's here again. Doing the poll, viewing the resources in the essays folder, watching that video, doing your first application practice, doing your first reading response, the introductions forum, and then I'm going to have you do a journal and some pre-writing as well. For your first journal that you'll be doing for me, I'm going to have you do bi-weekly journals, so you'll just be doing 4 journals. I want you to take 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, time yourself, see how far you get, and then exhaustively respond to these questions. How do you feel about your writing skills? What memory stands out in a previous writing, literature, and language class? What do you want to learn in this class? What do you think you're going to do well? What will you struggle with? So a bit of making predictions there. What questions or concerns do you have for me? This journal is actually very important. It's a reflection for you to think about how you may be performing in this class based on previous experience. But it's also part of a giant reflection that you're going to do at the end of the semester. This journal can be helpful with that. You have an application practice. Application practices are always going to be due on Tuesday. Reading responses are always going to be due on Thursday. Pre-writing is always going to be due on Fridays. I have tried to keep a pretty rigorous schedule of things. So again, application practice due Tuesday, reading response due Thursday. Then Things like submitting rough drafts are going to be due on Mondays, peer reviews on Fridays. So you've got a lot to do for week 1. If that feels overwhelming, that's okay. Just take a deep breath. Do it a step at a time. I've tried to spread out your due dates so that way you don't feel like everything is due on a Friday or everything is due on a Monday and you have to get everything done all at once. Do it in steps. Feel free to work ahead. So if it's week 1 and you decide I want to work all the way to week 4 because it's just going to save me time later, feel free to do that. You will not be able to submit final drafts ahead of time. You'll notice that I don't have final drafts available for you, but everything else you can do ahead of time. Let me see. I think that's about it. What I will say, let me go back really quickly to your syllabus. I said I'd give you some points for scanning and signing the document from this QR code. I'm actually going to give you 5 bonus points. So if you do go in, if you do sign this QR code, then I will give you 5 bonus points. Here's what it looks like, by the way, another Google form. I've read, understand, and agreed to the terms of the syllabus for this class. You'll just submit. Okay. So that's what I've got for you guys. I hope that it feels organized and maintainable, manageable, something that you can achieve with proper time management and kind of motivation to get this done. Again, we're turning a 16-week into an 8-week, so we're doing everything double time. It doesn't mean you're doing half the work, it means you're doing the same amount of work in twice the time. So if you run into any difficulty, again, here's my contact information. You can email me at Sarah, SARAHTH, at shawneecc.edu. I'm available to answer Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. We can, of course, schedule a Zoom appointment, as I've mentioned. Right now, I will warn you, I am driving back Monday and Tuesday from Yellowstone National Park. So if I'm a little sporadic getting back to you, it's because either cell service is poor or I might be driving. So, all right, I will let you go. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope this semester goes smoothly for you. I am here to support you in whatever way that I can. And let me know if you need anything. Happy to help. All right, guys, good luck.